Just take one of the stories. Okay, this is what happened. I was on the phone with him. He's a Virgo, Moon in Virgo, Pisces rising, 10th house Sagittarius. I'm a Pisces, cusp Aquarius, Gemini, cusp Cancer rising, Moon in Aquarius, and my 10th house is Pisces with my Venus and Mars conjunct in Aries in the 10th house Pisces. Just to let you know. And okay, um, we were on the phone together, and I was mentioning Mars and Taurus, how they get mad. Like if you nitpick at them, all of a sudden they'll get mad at you and they'll be scorned. They don't want to get mad because they don't want to deplete the pleasures in life. They want to keep everything all cool or something. But anyways, that's what happened, and all of a sudden, his sister showed up right in front of me, and she's a Taurus, and she had really curly hair. That wasn't the first time I've ever seen her. The first time I've ever seen her was at his house outside. He has wind chimes, the really big wind chimes. And when I looked at the wind chimes, I saw this glowing light, and I saw a girl in there, and she was so pretty, and she had straight hair at the time. And she looked like Michelle Pfeiffer, like a Taurus. And I'm like, she looks like a super fucking model, and she has high cheekbones and everything. And I explained this to him, and he said that that's his sister's wind chimes. She owned them.
My sister bought them for my parents on their wedding anniversary.
Now that was
when my parents died, she took them, and then when she died, I took them.
Yeah, and that's when that all started. But I seen a spirit in his house before all that too, because I did a psychic reading on my best friend's mother, and it turns out I was with my best friend's mother, whose mother lived at his where he lives, and um um
Joanne inherited the apartment that I now live in.
And she had the bird, and she left the bird with him. And the bird I got to psychically read. It told me that I don't know anything about boy or girl birds until this time happened at my house. I have this bird. Remember, her name is Clara. She told me that she's not used to having the mirror all by herself. There's a mirror in there, and because the male dominated it, her boyfriend, but her boyfriend died, and I didn't know. And did you know if it was a boy or a girl? The way I found out was I went to the pet store, and they told me the boys are more purpley, and the boys are more pink.
Right above the beak, there's a little place that has two little holes, and that's
yes, that's the nose.
Mm-hmm. Right. The darker, deeper colored purple is the male, and the lighter, pinker, peachy color is the female.
Yeah, and that's weird. So, anyways, and that all was true. That boy bird always took over the mirror and never gave her that satisfaction.
Very dominant, yeah.
So she loved that mirror, and I kept the bird cage open all the time, whatever. But anyways, that's a different subject. We're talking about 3 spirits that came to my house, and they spent like a couple days with me, and I got to communicate with them for my best friend, because my best friend's uncle was here, and that was exciting. That was the first spirit I saw at his house where Joanne lived, because I started cycling reading my best friend's mother, and it turns out my best friend's mother's twin brother died in a way that I found out in a car or something. And wasn't he found in a car?
He was, his friends put him in a car when he was messed up with the keys, and he drove off a like an overpass, and the car flipped and landed on its head,
and he died. And he's an Aries, and
there was question about whether or not it was suicide or not. Mm-hmm. I truly believe that it was not suicide. I just think he was so messed up, and he wrecked, and he died. I do not believe it was suicide was involved.
That's a different story.
I do believe, however, though, that he had, depression.
Yeah. See, my best friend, she asked.
I sensed that from him.
Me and her had our own psychic reading on that, and we still don't know if he killed himself or how he died, because he said the question was, my best friend wanted to test out. She said one of the questions she asked is if he was in heaven, and I said that he went to the light, and that's all I know about that. And one of the other questions she asked is, why did you kill yourself? And he said, this is his answer. He didn't really answer it, but he said, I'm a good person. And I was like, and he said, about my drug addiction. That's what he said to me. And he says, I'm a good person. He just wanted to let everyone know he was good because his Saturn is actually in Aries, and it's almost like his persona. He's always trying to.
I never thought
He's always trying to prove to everybody that he's a good person and keep his persona up there, up to par or something. And that's why I felt that was probably one of his astrology chart signs. And plus, I thought his Venus really was in Aries, and it is in the 10th house Pisces, and mine Venus is in Aries and 10th house Pisces. So I thought it was really cool to invite him over here again and to talk to us on camera, and we'll find out what we know again from that adventure exploring his spirit on camera. But I'm talking about his sister. When she was on the wind chimes at his house, she had the straight hair, and she talked to me about stuff that proved that she was there. And then that one day when I was talking about Mars and Taurus, she just showed up, and she really gave me. She had this very scary energy, like she was mad, like showing me how a Taurus person really does act like when they're mad and stuff. Plus, I don't know, and she bring forth his niece that he gave a kidney transplant to. And we found out his surgery, and her surgery to get his kidney is at this date, November 8th, 1988. And the sun was in Scorpio, the moon was in Scorpio, the Mercury was in Scorpio, but Venus was in Libra, and Libra rules the kidneys, and you shouldn't get a surgery like that if the moon is in Libra. So luckily the moon wasn't in Libra, it was in Scorpio, so that probably means there would be very good surgery, but the Venus is in Libra, and that has something to do with the relationships. And look, the relationship with him was his kidney donation to her kidney, and the Venus was in Libra, and the Mars was in Aries, and Mars represents surgeries. And the Jupiter was in Gemini, Saturn was in Sagittarius, Uranus was in Sagittarius, Neptune was in Capricorn, and Pluto was in Scorpio, and Lilith was in Virgo. So you'll be proud of a perfect surgery maybe that day. Maybe you'll be perfect with what you did. You did a perfect job on being Virgo, because Lilith is your sexual arrogance, and it's what you're proud of at the end of the day, or at the end of, all this source of what's going on. And then the North Node was in Pisces at that time, and his sister his sister brung forth his niece. I haven't seen the spiritual, but I had, when I looked at her picture at your house, I really did have a feeling that I was going to meet her one day, and I was like, well, I'm already getting to know her right now through this picture, because I feel like I'm gonna meet her. And it was a real shock to see her, and that was really interesting and unique. And I saw Jimmy, which is the one who died in the car accident, which is the twin brother of my best friend's mother, and he's an Aries, and his sister's a Taurus, and the niece was a Virgo, right? And and I was on the phone with you that day, and it all started from there. And then I went ahead and talked to my best friend on the computer, and I got some answers that all this was really happening. These ghosts were in my house, and they stayed all night. And the morning I woke up to Jimmy, and I talked to him, and then I went on the computer and talked to my friend about him, and it was still true. I relayed information back and forth. He gave me information, and one of the things that one of the last things he said was about the casino. Like, he used to go to the casino with his wife, and his wife works at the casino, and that was true. That's crazy. And I just thought he was actually going to tell me to go to the casino, go win some money from him. That would be funny, but it wasn't. It was because his wife works there. He used to always go there. Isn't that funny? So.
And this, my niece, the one I gave the kidney to, her brother is having a birthday Monday, which will be Capricorn, right?
Groovy Monday, Capricorn. Yeah, January. Yeah. I think if it's after 20th, that would be the cusp. It's the 20th, I think. Yeah. So.
Dad's is 22nd.
So
Okay.
there's proof of that. There's one video about these three spirits in our house, my apartment and his apartment. Wow, freaking cool. And just other things that's been happening in your apartment, like you've been having dreams, like a Virgo has dreams of war or something going on with demons or something. And you also had this new experience happen, like someone came to your bed, you said, what'd you say? Or your couch or whatever. You said someone walked around?
It's a reoccurring dream.
Mm.
And I know somehow I feel comfortable because I know the person, because I feel comfortable in it. Right?
Huh?
But every time I go to communicate with that person, they can't understand what I'm saying.
Right, okay. So what else was happening with
So
those
now
demons?
I'm trying to figure out, okay, is it a ghost? Is it somebody that I know that has crossed over? Or is this just a dream?
Yeah, I'll get tapped into that later.
Okay.
But I was just wondering, wasn't there something that was attacking you, or you don't want to talk about that?
Oh no! Oh, you mean when I was having spiritual warfare?
Yeah, you want to talk about that real quick?
Demon, yes,
But
when
before
demons attacking me.
Mhm.
I've never had dreams before. It's hard to describe the way they look because even if I tried to pick the best movie with the best computer graphics, it could never look this intense, vivid,
All right,
scary.
for 12 minutes. Okay.
I have 12 minutes.
Yeah, look,
Yes.
it's almost there. At the landing. Yeah, so when you want to film for the next one.
Oh, I see what you're saying. There's only 12 minutes per video.
So that's part one.